Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Ofanim'S virtual mission to Israel. I'm so glad to see that we have people with us literally from all over the world today, from the US, Israel, Canada, England, and even Morocco and Nigeria. Welcome to you all. I'm Joel Chasnoff, your host. I'm here with Boaz Ozeri, Executive Director of Friends of Ofanim. And we're coming to you live from a watch party in Wynwood, Pennsylvania. We're actually in the home of Ben and Rebecca Kirshner, about 30 of us here. So say hi, everyone. They're in a different room. And all of us and all of you, we're really here today for the same reason, to learn about and to show our support for this fantastic organization whose mission is really the most important one of all, the futures of the children of Israel. We're going to keep today's event short and, as they say in Hebrew, beta'am, sweet and to the point. In a little bit, we're going to take a virtual tour of Ofanim throughout Israel, where you will meet the children who benefit from having friends of Ofanim on their side. But first, I am pleased to introduce to you the president of the Russell Berrie Foundation and co-president of Friends of Ofanim, Mrs. Angelica Berrie.
Shalom, and thank you for joining us on a journey to Israel. I'm Angelica Berrie, co-president with Paul Silberberg of Ofanim, a vehicle for Israeli kids in the periphery of Israel who get on our buses to experience innovative technologies like 3D printing, robotics, and animation. Let's see how this mobile educational enrichment program opens their minds and inspires them to embark on higher learning. The startup nation needs to build a pipeline for an innovation-ready workforce to feed its growing technology industries. Tapping into Israel's diverse population in the periphery creates inclusive growth for a broader base of Israeli society. So come aboard to meet the next generation of the startup nation.
Thank you so much, Angelica. And to all of you, if you're not familiar with Ofanim, I do want to give you a quick breakdown. When we talk about Israel, we hear a lot about startup nation. And it's true. Israel is filled with entrepreneurial, innovative people who have literally changed how we live. Now, most of them are from the more prosperous center of the country. The children living in outlying areas, in the periphery, well, they have often been left behind. Ofanim reaches out to these underserved children and opens the door to critical STEM education. How? By bringing state-of-the-art mobile STEM labs directly to them. The result is tens of thousands of children who are breaking through socioeconomic barriers and who are succeeding. Now, what we really wish is that we could take you to Israel to see Ofanim on the ground. But since we can't do that, we'll do the next best thing, a virtual mission. So buckle up, because off we go.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy you guys made it. My name is Boaz Ozeri. I'm the Executive Director of Friends of Ofanim. We really wanted to take you with us to Israel for a long time, but things have been a little bit difficult. But we got something for you. We'll take you right here, right now, virtually, to see Ofanim. Are you guys ready? Lisa, could you show them around? Let's go!
Welcome to Israel. Welcome to the Friends of Ofanim's virtual mission. I am pleased to be here with Eli Dror, the CEO of Ofanim.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. He will give us our first look inside this critical organization.
Ofanim was established 18 years ago because of the gap between kids who live in the center of Israel and the kids who live in the periphery of Israel. Kids from the periphery don't get to the highest class in math, engineering, and science. They don't get to the best universities in Israel, and we need to change it. We're measuring and we see the skills and the knowledge that Ofanim's kids are getting from Ofanim's program. We have 40,000 graduates, and we see how in the next few years they are going to impact Israel's future.
I'm here in the Daled neighborhood of Beersheba with Ofanim'S founder Chaim Dahan and member of the board Yaakov Iluz. This is where it all began.
It's really exciting for me to come back here. It's been a long time. We would sit here, and if you would come about 40 years ago, you would see this place full of kids that were looking very bored, were looking to, to find something to do. And some people would go and, find their way to steal things and go into jail. If we had a bus of Ofanim coming here, we could easily fill 10 of them. I really feel bad about my friends that they didn't have the chance or the opportunity that we had.
For me, it's like closing the circle to do something and to give back to the society and children in this kind of neighborhood.
Israel has made great progress in the last few decades. Unfortunately, a lot of kids and a lot of children that are growing up in such neighborhoods are not taking part of this growth. That's why we need more of Ofanim to really get these kids to be part of this startup nation and not left behind.
Meet the Ofanim children from Tirat, Carmel, a severely under-resourced city in northern Israel. We'll board the bus and see the beating heart of Ofanim. This is what you make possible. But shh, we need to be quiet so we don't disturb them.
I am very happy to be here, near to this very beautiful project of Ofanim. This project can give more than what we have in our school. And this project arrived to every children to open the way that they dream. I want to thank all those who bring us in this point to bring our children to a new world that they can't see in other places.
We're here in Haifa at the Technion, Israel's Institute of Technology, one of the world's and Israel's leading universities. We will meet the president of the Technion, Professor Sivan, who believes in the importance of Ofanim's mission. We will then join Ofanim in the academy for a master class with Professor Shulamit Levenberg, a global expert in tissue engineering and stem cell research. Let's go.
Hello everybody, it's a pleasure being here with you. Ofanim and the Technion share the same values and vision, and it is therefore a pleasure and an honor for us to partner with you. Since it opened its gates nearly 100 years ago, the Technion has followed the vision of its founders. Highest quality of technological and scientific academic education to all, and securing the future of what was then a dream and now a reality, the State of Israel. This vision concurs fully with that of Ofanim, except directed at younger ages, providing the springboard for talented young people from the periphery to carve their own track in life. We know that STEM education is the best social equalizer. Those who graduate the Technion have the world in the palm of their hands.
We're in the Negev city of Ofakim, and we're here with a special guest today, Kobe Wiener. Not only is Kobe a graduate of Ofanim, but he's also an instructor today, and he's going to speak with us about passing it forward.
Growing as a kid in Kiryat Gat was a very different, I think, experience than what I'm living right now, because we didn't really saw any educated people around us. Most of them were working at shops or maybe at the supermarket or something like that, but no one was working with science. I remember the first time that Ofanim came to my school. I think it was a life-changing experience because it was the first time that I saw students that come to my school and show us that math and science can be fun. And not only fun, it's exciting. Working in Ofanim today is giving the opportunity to those who were like me when I was a child that didn't get the opportunity from the authorities. So we're giving it like a bonus for them. I'm glad to see that there's a lot of people who are caring about Israel, about the children, about Ofanim, and about me.
So Applied Materials is a global leader, leading the world in transformation into a better society, and essentially we enable and make this possible. And as a global leader, we know that it's not enough to lead in the technology, but we must also be involved in our community and society and leave our mark also there. And in that sense, Ofanim is a great fit and partner to this vision and journey. We really appreciate the can-do spirit and the practical approach of Ofanim that makes an impact quite immediately on site and not for very long-term processes. And this is a great fit also to the nature of the challenge in Israel in terms of access to the periphery and the bureaucracy that has to be dealt with when driving these changes. Being on site, dealing with kids, triggering curiosity is very important, and that's what Ofanim does. So in my opinion, the return on investment is about securing the future of Israel, building a stronger and more equal society, and hopefully one day we'll see one of these kids sitting in my seat or just working here.
We are now in Kseife, a severely underserved Bedouin town in the Negev. Ofanim is truly transforming the educational landscape here. Ah, there are the kids. I see them coming.
I came here to give the children the opportunity to learn science. Ofanim teaches the children biomedicine, science, computer, coding, and opens their eyes to a whole new world.
With your support, our friends, Ofanim is able to work non-stop for the benefit of Israel's underserved children. Let's hear what the children have to say about Ofanim.
אנחנו עושות כל מיני ניסויים, וכאילו לומדות קצת מחוץ לקופסה, ולומדות בעיקר על מדע, וכרגע הנושא שלנו זה על גוף האדם.
אני אוהבת את הניסויים ואת זה שלמדתי דברים חדשים.
אני אוהבת, כמו שאופק אמר, שאנחנו באמת זוכים לבנות דברים ולקחת אותם הביתה ולנסות אותם. וגם אני אוהבת כאילו את החוויה שקורית בשיעור, החוויה הכיתתית.
אני נורא אוהבת באופנים את צורת למידה שאנחנו לומדים בה, שזה לא סתם עוד שיעור רגיל. מעבירים לנו את זה בתור פעילות שאנחנו יכולים לעשות בכיף.
אני אוהב שלוקחים דברים הביתה ואני יכול להראות את זה לחברים ולאנשים שעוד לא גילו וחוו את הדבר הזה.
יוצא להתחבר למדע יותר, כמו למשל הייטק, כל מיני דברים כאלה, וכאילו יותר לדעת על זה, זה ממש מעניין אותי.
It's like, how would I say, it feels like you grew in 10 years. It was like more free. You could like, this is what you need to do, okay? This is why you're doing it, and now show us how you're doing it. You could have a free way to express yourself. I'm happy and thank people like you that give people like me the opportunity to develop and ask my questions and, well, blossom.
This program was really beneficial for Elisheva, just having fun and explore and learning through exploring. Today was a really fantastic day. We got to see firsthand what they had done, how they had learned. This day was really important to me to get a really good insight as to what was happening here and the learning done, and really appreciate it.
Ofanim is a way of life. I'm involved in Ofanim for the last 15 years, and I feel that in one hand, the reason we are here is to impact on those kids and to bring them an equal opportunity and a better chance for a starting point for their life. And I have to admit that in a personal way, the involvement in Ofanim gave me the opportunity to be a better citizen in the state of Israel, a better manager, and a better father to my 3 kids.
Thank you for being with us. You now got a taste of Ofanim's work in Israel. We hope you'll join us next year on Ofanim's mission in Israel.
Wow, that was truly amazing and also very inspiring, especially seeing the children. And the Ofanim kids that we just met, they literally are the future of Israel. The best way to keep Israel strong, secure, and thriving economically and socially is to make sure that these kids get the education and the resources they need today so that they can lead tomorrow. And that's where all of you come in. Ofanim is a movement, it's a community, and we really want you to be part of it. It's now my pleasure to introduce the President of Israel, Isaac Herzog.
Dear friends of Ofanim, I'm so pleased to join you in saluting the work of Ofanim and to acknowledge the contribution of friends near and far for helping shape the Israel to which we aspire. Education says a great deal about who we are as individuals and what it is we hope to achieve as a society. We educate our children in the image of our hopes and beliefs about what life can and should be. And if we fail to offer them opportunity, if we ignore the ones who are harder to reach, we are failing as active members of a life-affirming society. Inclusivity is therefore not a privilege. It is a moral imperative that insists that no child be left behind just because of the place they were born. It is also a practical societal obligation which recognizes that if the gains of free inquiry and the pursuit of knowledge stay limited to only some of us, it actually harms all of us. It weakens us as a collective, materially and morally. The work of Ofanim brings curiosity and purpose to all corners of our society, with an emphasis on Israel's geographical and social peripheries. Its mobile laboratories are literal vehicles of social mobility, providing opportunity for personal growth and generating collective resilience. It is finding creative tools to bring the future directly to children and giving them the option to make it their own. So, dear friends, I'm grateful to each and every one of you, supporters of Ofanim, for your deep sense of responsibility to the wholeness of our people and your moral and practical investment in the future of the Jewish state. May you continue to be agents of good, and may we all reap the blessings of a just and equitable Israel that we can truly be proud of. Be'atzlacha rabba lekulchem.
And Toda Rabbah, thank you, President Herzog. Now, to conclude our event, I turn things over to Paul Silberberg, Chairman of Concierge Insurance Solutions and Co-President of Friends of Ofanim.
Ofanim is the most honest, efficient, and effective NGO that I've worked with. And the people who are involved are just terrific and fun. I have 3 very brief calls to action today. Number 1, the primary mission of our virtual mission is friend raising. If you'd like to learn more about Ofanim or become more engaged, just click where indicated or reach out to any of us who are involved. Number 2, if you're motivated to donate, every dollar and every shekel will be much appreciated and will help make a real difference in the lives of children and in the future of Israel. And number 3, last but not least, jump on the bus with us in Israel, May 10 to 13. We're organizing a 2.5-day STEM-focused mission to Israel. You can then join one of the Federation missions, which are starting the next day in Israel, or arrange your own travel, or we can help you arrange travel. But join us, 2.5 days, May 10 to 13. For your time today and your support, thank you. Toda rabah.
And thank you, Paul. Well said. And thank you, all of you, for joining us today. I'm Joel Chasnoff. I live in Israel, and I can tell you that on behalf of all of us, your support means so much to the country. So why not come on board and join us, make a huge difference in the life of these children. We look forward to seeing you next year on our live mission in Israel, as Paul mentioned. And for now, if you have any questions about Ofanim or how you can be involved, we have a chat box to the right on your screen where you can send us a message or just email or reach out through the website. Have a wonderful day. The Hidraot. Thank you so much for joining us. Toda rabah.